Good morning, I'm Frank Powers, and this is Lifestyle Tucson, the program where I speak to our neighbors, the people behind the scenes of our amazing organizations that are 501c3 nonprofits. Our friends are informing you how they serve our community, and they are here to give you updates on future projects. Let's make some old friends today. It's the Christmas season. You can recognize it by one thing for certain nationwide, and it's the ringing of the bells by the Salvation Army, collecting money for those in need in their famous red kettles. But did you know that the Salvation Army is at work 365 days a year in 118 countries spanning everywhere from India and Russia to Guatemala and Rwanda? Here in the United States, the Salvation Army has a presence in more than 1,400 communities. Whether you're covering disaster relief or area wildfires, or you want to know about feeding our communities hungry, sheltering the homeless, or mentoring at-risk children, the Salvation Army is here, doing the most good and thinking of one word in particular: others. And today, I'm fortunate enough to speak with Kelli Beasley, PR and Community Engagement Manager of the Salvation Army. Kelli, welcome back to Lifestyle Tucson.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. I love being on this show.
We've been talking off air for like 30 minutes just trying to save the world. So it's always nice when you get in here. And again, your organization's pinnacle. A great time. You're actually back here in spring, so you can listen to that on demand, because I love having you in more often than just the Christmas season, because you are doing the most good constantly. You have all these programs, all these things and everything, but right now it's the busiest season.
It is the busiest time of the year.
Yeah, I think you and Santa Claus work as hard as possible during December. You're right there with them. So let's talk about all the things that are going on with the Salvation Army, and why don't you just give us a little 101 of what your organization's really all about?
Well, the Salvation Army is an amazing organization. They love to take care of people that are in need. They also like to take care of people that are lonely and just need that extra guidance. So I'm very fortunate to be a part of this organization.
Loneliness, an epidemic in the country right now. That was declared by the Surgeon General a couple of years ago. So I always talk about how it's important. And one of the things to fight loneliness beyond homelessness, it's not about that. It's about loneliness for every person around. And the way to do that, you volunteer. You get out in the world, you go meet people, and putting a smile on people's faces puts a smile on your own. So getting involved with the Salvation Army is a good way to make yourself fight loneliness, but also get there out in the world and do good. You're going to feel good about it. And the red kettles are the most important thing that we know you for, right? So you're recruiting bell ringers for this holiday season, or are you taking care of? Do you have enough volunteers doing this? Or are you still trying to get people out there to help you raise all this money out on the corners?
We need lots of bell ringers. Volunteer bell ringers are the best.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their heart is totally in it. So when they go and ring that bell, they've told their friends, their family, their businesses about it, and they usually want to come up there and support each of those bell ringers. So we do have a new guy that is taking care of our kettles this year.
Yeah.
His name is Victor. And if you would like to be a bell ringer this year, please give him a call at our main office. That number's 520-795-9671.
You can look this all up over at salvationarmytucson.org. You don't want to just go to Salvation Army. That's the big main one. It's a big organization. Keep it local right here and get involved with all the things going on here and find out all the different ways to give, programs that help. You can volunteer and get all this information there and get all the contact stuff. I'll give you all that in the recap, which is important. But one of the other things going on here is the adopt a family. And that's something that I think is really important, where you can adopt a family. Each year, the Salvation Army Tucson's Adopt a Family program helps families who are in crisis enjoy special holidays. Your historic program gives families, groups, churches, and organizations the opportunity to engage in hands-on experiences and direct service that provide assistance to select families of their choosing. So that's interesting. Go on and on about some of this. And then we're going to go on to some of these important dates for all these events that you do have going on.
Yeah, the Adopt a Family program is pretty amazing. I believe this year we're going to be doing 120 families.
Wow.
So it depends on how many kids are in each family.
Okay.
We ask for them to give us a wish list, and the businesses and the individuals that actually take this project on, they know exactly what the kids and the family is wanting. They can wrap the presents, take them to the families, deliver them themselves, or they can drop them off at the hospitality house and we can do it for them.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. Because sometimes you might want to drop those gifts off because Santa's bringing those gifts.
Absolutely.
That's the spirit.
And also, if you want to be part of that program, call the main number and talk to Nicole. She is actually in charge of that adoptive program this year.
Yeah, 520-448-5522. Again, I'll give you all this in the recap. Although, take out your number 2 pencils. Feel free to take notes. Lifestyle Tucson's really good. Again, I do all the homework. You can copy off of me. Don't worry about a thing. So helping out everybody, again, feels good. There's a lot of opportunities to do it, right? And as I'm looking at this great list you provided me, which I really do enjoy that you showed up with this, the Christmas Angel Tree is another thing that you all do. And you can pick up your angel tag over at the Super Walmarts, Park Place Mall, Tucson Mall, Tucson Subaru. In fact, 30 plus local businesses are a part of the Christmas Angel Tree. Tell everybody about the Christmas Angel Tree and why this is such a special event.
Oh, wow. So it began on November 28th. Our big places that you can go to are the Tucson Mall and the Park Place Mall. And Tucson Subaru is our big sponsor this year. So they have 2 Christmas trees with full of tags at their location. So please go by there and pick them up. And then you just drop off your toys at any of these locations unwrapped, because we use those for our Christmas toy distribution every year. We host 1,500 families. And all of those families, some might have 7 kids.
Yeah.
Some might
numbers.
have 1.
Yeah.
But anyway, they come to our Christmas toy distribution. They are paired with an elf. The elf takes them around to all the different rooms. All of them are by size and ages.
Really?
And we also, of course, give bikes as well with the helmets, locks, and lights.
That's amazing.
And, I mean, the Christmas Angel Tree leading into our Christmas toy distribution is just an amazing experience.
That is. It's so funny. I never even thought of because when you think of donating toys, again, I'm an action figure type of guy. So I like thinking of toys, like toys you could hold. Imagine buying a kid a bike for Christmas. That's amazing.
Oh, it's so cool.
And again, you can get bikes pretty fairly priced. It's not even like it's like $300. Like you can get bikes at a decent price. And imagine giving the gift of a bike and a helmet to those kids. That's so important.
It is so, so important. And the one thing that we have coming up that we usually get a lot of bikes for is our Stuff the Bus.
Okay, yes.
Which is
Tell me about this.
Yes, it's at the Walmart. It's at Speedway and Kolb. We're there on the 12th, which is a Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Suntran is our partner, so they bring their Suntran bus. Last year, we filled 2 Suntran buses.
Really?
In that time frame.
That's incredible.
It is so cool. I mean, I'm out there. The Porsche Club is already called.
Okay.
They want to be part of it again this year, where they bring all their Porsche cars and vehicles.
Nice.
They open up their lids, one at a time, and we unload the toys into the bus. It's just so much fun.
That is pinnacle. What a pinnacle event. Again, I do love anything where it's like Stuff the Bus, Pack a Pod, all these things where it is the community just does show up and just fill this thing up, because again, seeing's believing, seeing that big pile of presents, seeing buses filled with bikes and toys here for kids in the community. How many toys do you think you collect during this entire thing? Because you tell me how many families you're helping out. That's a lot of toys.
Oh, I mean, just our Stuff the Bus last year was 1,403 toys.
Wow.
Individual toys. That does not include bikes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Again, how many Labubu's you think you're going to get? The gift of the year, it's true. I always love giving wrestling action figures out to kids, so it's always a good time. That's what I try to get is, and my friend got me to this. He gets the main event of WrestleMania to donate that year to children, which is funny because that to me is really good. There is some kid out there that's like going to be blown away that he's getting these fancy wrestling figures of his favorite superstars that are current. That's really fun and a really fun thing to do. So think of the thing that you do love and donate that to kids. I'm going to donate some Thundercats because they make those again. That's right. The Thundercats are back. So's He-Man. You got to get these kids
I
inspired.
love it.
There's so much happening and it really feels good to do it. It's good to see it. So make sure you go on the website, again, to keep track of all these dates, times. I'll give them to you in the recap because you can make a list yourself, check it twice, and make sure you go to all these fun things so that you could really be involved with everything happening this holiday season and the Salvation Army. What else is going on that we can talk about? Because you got all these things, and really talking about toys is my favorite thing. So what's the GABA Toy Ride?
The GABA Toy Ride is an organization that rides their bikes.
Okay.
And they've been doing this for over 20 years. It was a small group of GABA riders. They left Udall Park with toys strapped to their backs and bikes to ride downtown to the Tucson Police Department. And upon their arrival, the riders put the toys in a toy collection box. And now it's a holiday tradition, and instead of the police department, they give it to the Salvation Army.
Wow.
So we show up at Rolito Park on December 13th. They have done their major ride. I'm not sure how many, but it's a lot. They all dress up. And I bet you last year we had 12, our really tall Salvation Army toy donation boxes filled to the brim, plus bikes all the way around.
Wow.
all of those boxes.
Wow.
Amazing.
That is amazing. That's incredible. Again, I do love all the opportunities to donate toys, to donate to all these fun folks. And even, again, you're going to have the Christmas community meal. And that's going to be on Christmas. So on Christmas Day, you are celebrating, helping out a bunch of folks and families from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. What a great thing. What a great thing that you will do.
Yeah, we just had our Thanksgiving community
How
meal,
was it?
and it's the exact same as the Christmas meal. It's on the day.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
Yes.
We probably served over 1,000 meals.
Yeah.
A lot of people end up taking a second meal with them when they leave.
Mm-hmm.
They're there for fellowship. They're there for the food is amazing. We have the Kids Unlimited performers that come. They perform inside. The Old Pueblo Brass Band, they perform outside.
Oh, wow.
We give them free dog and cat food from Cody's Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And
Love Cody's Friends.
Mayfield Florist gives fresh flowers.
Nice.
So they take fresh flowers as they leave. So it's just, they feel great.
Yeah.
When they leave, they feel great. And the stories that I heard last Thursday from individual guests
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Share some stories.
Absolutely blows my mind.
It's one of my favorite things to always ask, like, well, tell me a success story. Because again, when you're serving this many people, it's 1,000 successes. You're helping out that many people feel good that day, no matter
Right.
what.
So we put it online at the beginning of November for volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go on our website and sign up. We were filled in less than 24 hours.
Really?
With the number of volunteers that we had, which is about 60 plus
That's amazing.
volunteers to make that whole thing go.
That's amazing.
So we are doing the same thing for Christmas. So they can go online, register to if they can do it on Christmas Day,
Mm-hmm.
because what you will get out of that, there's nothing that compares.
No, it's true. Again, I kind of just experienced some of this too. Just people still like the amount of people like, thank you for being here. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Then it's 300 people have said, thank you for being here. It
I know.
really shows.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, they do. Like, people appreciate it. And again, all the other volunteers, thank you for being there, because you're going to meet all the other volunteers. This is what I say about go make friends with those people.
Mm-hmm.
It means that you have something in common with them. You care. That's a great thing.
Right.
You volunteer enough at an organization, see the same faces, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, do you want to go to the movies? And you're hanging out.
Yep.
Because now you're friends.
Absolutely.
That's the idea. So I do try to get people way involved that way. Get out there, get out in the world, right? And go make friends. Go make friends and make some people happy, making a difference.
And people that came in for Thanksgiving, and they've been doing this for a couple years now, they all bring in their animals because their animal, that's their companion.
Yes.
That's their family.
Yes.
And we allow that just like we do in our shelters.
That's amazing.
So, it's just a huge thing. And Cody's Friends is, oh, wow.
I know. You can listen.
What an organization.
I interviewed Cody's Friends, and again, they're another organization that needs a lot of help because the amount of stress that actually is put on them because of this service that they started with helping people with pet food. And she was just like, and now it's the first year it was this many thousand, and now it's become, we're in the tens of thousands of pounds of food and requests, and that they're helping everybody out and helping you out. And that's the idea, is that some of these organizations in town, you got to help them because they're helping the other organizations in town. Your organization is another one of these ones that really does help out so many people. It's so important.
And I tell you, the unhoused that come into our shelter and have that 21-day stay, if they work the program, if they really want to work the program and they do it, the number of success stories that have come out since I've worked there for 2 years, amazing.
Yeah.
And I love to write about it because I want the community to know that you can get better.
Yeah.
If you want to get better, we have the programs that will make you do that.
Yeah. Where do you write about it? Do you do it on the website? Do you have a blog, or do you do newsletter?
No, we do it internally.
Okay.
And then if it's picked up after that, which sometimes they do get picked up,
Okay.
depending on, what's involved.
Sure.
It's just a really cool thing. We like the Salvation Army people that work there to know that we are doing the most good.
Yeah.
And these success stories prove that.
Yeah. No, I mean, the whole organization has always been a success story. It's historic, and that's why it's still around, because it's a symbol of America, in my opinion, is the Red Kettles and the Salvation Army.
Yeah, this year is our 135th year.
Congratulations.
For the Red Kettles.
Wow.
The campaign.
Yeah.
Wow is right.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I mean, think of that. This goes back to the 1800s. That's an important part of everything that's going on with your organization, and why people need to keep your organization around doing all of this, doing the most good, because it's that important. So if people can't show up, how can they monetarily help? Because there's more ways if you don't happen to catch a red kettle to throw some change in. It's going to their website, and I'm sure you can donate, right? How many other ways are there to give?
We actually, during the season, we have a virtual kettle.
Oh, brilliant.
Which just started.
Nice.
And you just go on our homepage and click on it, and it takes you all the way through.
There you go.
Yep. It's one of the easiest ways, and it's a fun and giving way.
Yeah.
No,
it's important. There again, I'm on the website. There's a bunch of ways to give. There's a whole tab for it. You can make a monthly gift. I always recommend that because that is almost like giving them a small little salary. They know whether it's $10 a month, that means that they know they have $120 that year that they're counting on. They know that that's going to happen. So a monthly gift to any nonprofit is so important because they can they know that they can fill the coffers with it, as they say. So then you could also be a bell ringer. It says that. And I was going to ask about this. Do you qualify for the Arizona Charitable Tax Credit? Yes, they do. So when you're filing your taxes, which is coming on up right in January, you can make sure that you donate your Arizona tax credit to the Salvation Army. If you're a single person, it's about $400 and something. If you're a couple, it's about $900 and something. It changes every year sometimes, but only by a few bucks, but I'm sure they have a good way for you to do it. You'll learn all about it on their website. And if you want to listen to an episode of Lifestyle Tucson with IBE, Kimberly Kirshner explains this perfectly to me every year, and I myself successfully finally donated my Arizona charitable tax credit last year. So do it yourself. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it's a good way to help all these great organizations right here in our community, and especially the Salvation Army Tucson. You've got more listed, but why don't you just go to the website yourself, check them all out: major gifts, memorial giving, planned giving, and tribute gifts of hope. You can go explore all these things here as well as volunteer, and that's a big important part of everything that you're doing over at the Salvation Army. Tell me some more stuff that's just on your mind when it comes to your organization, because we've gone through the list. There's a lot of events. There's a lot to do. We've got everybody going to the website. I'm sure people can follow you also on Instagram, perhaps Facebook. Give them a like.
We have Facebook for sure.
So
yes.
Facebook for sure, right? And again, go buy some toys. There's still plenty of time. Those sales are still happening, right? And make sure you donate them and get prepared to donate, because there are so many opportunities to do all of this. Get involved, get to the website, and go check them all out. The Salvation Army, and even maybe give me a specific success story that's on your mind, because we've been talking a lot about success.
Well, we had a Stuff the Bus for school, back to school,
okay,
which we've never done a Stuff the Bus for back to school.
Okay.
Until this year. And one of the guys came up. He had 3 of his grown children with him. And he came up and he said, "Can I have a flyer? I didn't know you were doing this today." He went inside Walmart, bought all kinds of stuff, brought it back out. And he said, "I just have a little info that I want to tell you." And he told us about how he and his 3 kids just were not doing well at all when they were young.
Mm-hmm.
And the Salvation Army came in and gave him whatever he needed to get to where he is today.
Mm-hmm.
And he just pointed to his kids and he goes, "Now look at them." He said, "They're all 3 successful. And it's all because of what we, were able to get from the Salvation Army."
Yeah.
And it just, I hear stuff like that all the time.
That's huge.
It is all the time.
Going back to that thing you said earlier, where it says people that actually use the program, if they're in it and if they need help and they get through it and it's 3 weeks, I'm going to tell anybody, 3 weeks is in a way this kind of number to quit a habit. They say this about cigarettes, like my friends that have quit cigarettes. They say, if you can make it past 3 weeks, that's when you start to get past it. This goes with any habit. I don't remember a time where I didn't do this. That's how quick it kind of happens, where you're instantly this kind of new good hobby or habit that you've taken on. Within a month, you don't remember a time living without it. And I think that that's some of what it is with people. It's like you almost need that break or that pause to be like, you need to kind of hit that reset. And you can. It takes time, no matter what you're dealing with. Put that thing down, or if it's exercise, pick that thing up and just stick with it.
Right.
Don't give up. And if you make it, don't break the chain is the trick. Do it every day. And if you make it that 3 weeks to a month, you're going to find it's actually harder to stop stretching now. It's harder to stop that good new habit you've picked up.
Yeah, when our shelter clients are in the 21-day trial period,
yeah,
if they are working the programs and they need more time, then we will extend their time.
Nice.
Which is great. It could be a month. It could be 2 months.
Right.
Extra.
Well, because that's nice, because I'm glad that it's not like, "Oh, no, I'm sorry, that says in cement."
No.
Because sometimes that's the problem with any organization, is that they're like, The classic thing, the worst thing that you can say in business is, this is the way we've always done it.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's the old cliche. That's the opposite of thinking outside the box. And that's the idea. If you see someone that's on the verge of like, no, they're making it, let's extend this bridge a little bit so that we are sure they make it to the other side. That's important too. That's a very big deal, that you're not stuck by staunch rules.
Right.
Exactly. Because it's about people.
Right.
Right. And you're all people that really understand this because you've seen it. Working there, I'm sure you kind of start to recognize the patterns in people of, they're almost at this. I can see that they're on the verge of success. They've said this. They're seeing the light at the end of this tunnel. When they first came in here, they were in a dark tunnel, and now I bet you recognize that they're starting to see hope.
Yep.
Hope,
they are.
Right? That's the most important thing
absolutely.
I think you provide. Yep. So again, if you'd like to provide some hope to folks, why don't you go check out salvationarmytucson.org, go explore all the tabs, get involved. And remember, if you see anyone ringing that red kettle, ringing that bell, make sure you donate. And if one of them happens to be Santa Claus, make sure you give him a high five and a hug for me.
And regarding when people donate, just to let them know, 83 cents of every dollar goes toward our mission.
Heck yeah.
Which is huge.
No, that's very important.
It is very important. So I just want everybody out there to know that if they give to the Salvation Army, it's a good thing. Their money is going to go for a good thing.
Absolutely. And that's really good. And I'm glad you did say that, because sometimes you got a lot of pessimists and you got a lot of negative Nancy's, and they instantly, this, and that's why I don't. Slow down, because get the facts, right? That's the idea. So it's always good. And again, this is the other thing we're talking about nonprofits and your organization. The transparency is there with your organization. You're literally telling people to the penny, which we just got rid of, like how much is going to this organization.
Right.
And that's an important thing too. Transparency, trust, and belief, because you want to believe in something as good as this, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any final thoughts before we close it up? Any last calls to action?
Just go to our website, and everything is on our website that you could possibly imagine. So salvationarmytucson.org. If you want to call just the main number, if you have any questions, 520-795-9671. And thank you so much, as always, for having me on.
Oh, thank you so much, because today we made friends with Kelli Beasley, PR and Community Engagement Manager over at the Salvation Army Tucson, doing the most good right here in Tucson. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
This was Lifestyle Tucson. Bing bong bing, time for a recap. I always enjoy a conversation with Kelli Beasley, PR over at the Salvation Army Tucson. You can go follow up over at salvationarmytucson.org. And remember those phone numbers to call Victor to get involved, 520-795-9671. Call Nicole to get involved, 520-448-5522. This way you can learn how you can volunteer on Christmas Day if you're free. You can learn how you can get involved with volunteering throughout the year, because it's more than just Christmas when we're talking about the Salvation Army Tucson. You've got the Adopt a Family program, you've got the Christmas Angel Tree, and that virtual red kettle that you can just donate some money to if you can't donate your time, because that's what we do around here. So make sure you go get involved again over at the salvationarmytucson.org. Go give them a follow over on Instagram at all that stuff as well. And I want to thank our old friends over at the Salvation Army Tucson for joining me today. You've been listening to Lifestyle Tucson. If you're a nonprofit that would like to be on the show, email lifestyletucson@gmail.com. For more information about this program or to listen to something you may have missed, go to the Sunday Mornings page on klpx.com, kfma.com, mixfm.com, or espntucson.com. You can also subscribe on iTunes and Spotify, or wherever fine podcasts are. Sparing the change. Follow on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, especially at Lifestyle Tucson, because I'm your BFF, your best Frank forever, Frank Powers, and toot toot Tucson. I love you the most.